The BC Lions are 2.5-point favorites over the Ottawa Redblacks on Saturday in Victoria, BC, where they'll face off in Touchdown Pacific. Nathan Rourke took a small step forward last week for the Leos and will start in his birthplace, though Vernon Adams Jr. is expected to be ready to go in a backup capacity. Meanwhile, Drew Brown will look to repeat his 390-yard performance from Week 12, presumably without Braylon Addison or Jalen Acklin at his disposal. Can BC reverse course and snap their 5-game skid on Vancouver Island?
I think they can, and I've made a lot of mistakes picking the BC Lions as of late. They've made me pay for it, but it's hard to beat a team 2 games in a row. The Lions were close last week despite all their struggles, and Rourke took a step forward. If he can take another one in a game that's going to mean a whole lot to him and a whole lot to the franchise being in Victoria, the place where he was born, and also the hometown of owner Amar Doman, then I think they will have just enough to get over the top. The defense was the problem last week, giving up that huge yardage to Drew Brown. But if he doesn't have his full complement of receivers, that's going to be a little bit easier to defend. And a big step forward in front of a friendly crowd for Rourke is enough to win this game. I wouldn't pick them to cover the spread if it gets over 3 points. At this point, I'll take them by a field goal.
I think it's time that we all give the Ottawa Redblacks our respect. And the Ottawa Redblacks have not been kicking teams, right? Their wins have come very close. Their point differential on the season is actually very close, even though their record is sensational. I think that the Ottawa Redblacks, even without Jalen Acklin, even without Braylon Addison, even Javan Santos-Knox, who's reportedly going to be out for this one, I think that they can take care of business. The BC Lions have officially lost my trust. I picked them to go into the nation's capital and get it done last week. They did not do that. I need to see it to believe it with the BC Lions. They have been unbelievably disappointing over the last 5 games. You mentioned defensively, they've been a mess. Offensively, they've been a mess. The only thing working is Sean White, who even missed a field goal last week, granted because it was blocked. I am taking the Ottawa Redblacks. I love their depth at quarterback. I think their offensive line has done a great job dealing with injuries. And defensively, they are getting after the passer as well or better than any other team in the CFL, especially just with their front four not relying on extra blitzers, extra pass rushers getting into the mix. I will take the Ottawa Redblacks to travel all the way across the country and take it, and I'm happy to get the points.